Hello everyone, my name is Kristen Allen. I'm the Outreach Coordinator for the Dixon Gallery and Gardens.
And my name is Danielle Sumler, and I do outreach with Kristen at the Dixon.
So the Dixon Gallery and Gardens is a really special place. It's an art museum, but we also have 17 acres of gardens. So one of our favorite things to do is find where art and nature overlap and intersect. And that's what we're going to do today. We're actually going to be using pieces of nature to create an art project. So a little bit later, I'll show you how to do that step by step. But Miss Danielle's going to start us off by playing a matching game, trying to match some pieces of nature with the artwork.
All right, everyone. So on the screen in front of you, you can see an example of artwork made using natural materials. So in just a little bit, you'll be making something similar to this with Miss Kristen. I thought it would be really fun to take this example and look at all the pieces, like the leaves, the little pieces of flowers, and try to determine what plant we think these pieces came from. So what we're going to do first is look at these purple leaves here that are used as the wings of this butterfly. What plant do you think this may have come from out of these three? We've got the purple queen plant. I really like the name of that one. Lavender, and we've got purple joyweed. Which one do you think those leaves look most like? Take a moment to think about it. If you guessed purple joyweed, you are correct. So interesting fact about the purple joyweed is that the leaves, when they first start to grow, they actually have these tiny little hairs on them. They're kind of fuzzy. But as they grow larger, they mature, and those little hairs fall off and then become the smooth leaf. That was used in the art project we see here. Now this one, we're going to again look at some wings. Let's look at the wings of our dragonfly. Do you think those wings were made from maple seed pods, redbud seed pods, or ash tree seed pods? So all of these are seeds, but which one do we think they might be? If you guessed maple seed pods, then you're correct. One really cool thing about these maple seeds is that the way they're shaped, see how it's larger on one side and then it kind of gets skinnier? And then this round spot here, this is where the seed is. And you can see it on this example too. Of how the weight is distributed, you can see they're heavier on one side and they get skinnier. They taper off towards the seed. So they fall in a way that as they let go of the tree, they spin around in circles, kind of like the propellers of a helicopter. It's really fun to watch them fall down from the tree. And sometimes if I see one on the ground, I'll even toss it up in the air to watch it do that helicopter. Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, now we are going to try and find what we think these guys are. Are they small tessel? Are they mountain clover? Or are they little ironweed? Take a close look. What do you think those go with the best? If you guessed mountain clover, you are correct. So mountain clover actually grows all over the world. And one really neat thing about clovers that you probably already know is that if you find one with 4 leaves, it is considered very good luck. Those are rare. Usually clover only has 3 leaves. So next time you see some, take a good look for those 4-leaved clovers. And for our last one today, we're going to see if we can find what plant our sun is made from. Is it a dandelion? Is it chicory? Or is it umbrella milkwort? Take a good look, think about it for a moment. And if you guessed dandelion, you're right. Dandelion is a very versatile flower. That means it can be used for lots of different things. The flower, the stem, the leaves, and the roots can all be used for food, medicine, and even as dyes. They can be used to dye things like clothing or even used as food coloring. All right, now that we've learned some fun facts about different plants and flowers and played our little matching game, I'm going to hand things off to Miss Kristen. Have fun making art.
Thank you so much, Miss Danielle. That was really cool. So now I'm going to show you guys how to use nature to create your own landscape. For this project, we'll need just a few supplies. You'll need a piece of paper and some natural materials that you find outside. You can go out into your yard and just pick up anything that looks interesting to you. Next, we'll need some liquid glue, but if you don't have liquid glue, you can use tape too. And then finally, you'll need something to draw with, so you can use markers, colored pencils, or even a regular pencil. Let's get started. This next step is all about experimentation. Looking through the natural materials that you gathered, think about how you can combine them to make a larger image. You might use a yellow flower as a sun, or a twig as a tree. You can combine the different types of plants and flowers that you find to make something totally new and innovative. This part of the project is all about trial and error. There's no right or wrong, but you can just play with different ways of combining your supplies in order to make something that you're happy with and make something new and interesting. Once you have all of your materials arranged in a way that you're happy with, you can glue them down. If you don't have liquid glue, regular tape will work too, but glue definitely helps your project look a little nicer and neater. Once everything's glued down, let it dry. Now you can come back and use your markers or colored pencils to add extra details to your project. Maybe add antenna if you included an insect, draw clouds, add lines to your water, anything that will add detail to your project. The last step is optional, but you can use markers or colored pencils to add some color to your project. That's it. This project is all about experimenting and being creative and learning to see things in new ways that you hadn't thought about before.
So much for making with us today. That was so much fun. We hope that you enjoyed it too.
If you're really proud of what you made, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram and use the hashtag #DixonAtHome to share what you've made. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you again soon. Bye!